Okay, so we're gonna begin our review. We're gonna do part one today and part two tomorrow. But these are all based on our units on triangles. So let's start with the first one where we have to decide whether the set of numbers can be a triangle. So if you remember, we need to have the two smallest sides, two of the sides A and B, have to be greater than the larger side C. So if we add 12 plus 9, that has to be greater than 15, which in this case, 12 plus 9 gives us 21, which is greater than 15. So yes, this will be a triangle. On the other end, we have, if we look at number 3, we would see that 10 plus 9 has to be greater than 20. And in this case, 10 plus 9 gives us 19, which is not greater than 20. Therefore, no, this could not be a triangle. Now we classify the triangles by their angle measures. Now there's only 3 possibilities. It's either a right triangle, an obtuse triangle, or an acute triangle. Now a right triangle is whenever we have a 90-degree angle. Obtuse angle is whenever we have an angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. And acute is when all angles inside the triangle are smaller than 90 degrees. So this would be an acute triangle. Now looking down here, we have to classify the triangle by the length of the sides. EGF is this triangle right here, has 2 equal sides, which makes it an isosceles. Then we have triangle DEF, which here we have one side, this side, and then a side of 14, which suggests that they're all different. Therefore, we would call these a scaling triangle. And finally, we have DFG. Triangle DFG is the entire thing. Triangle DFG is the entire thing. And we can say that we have 2 equal sides again, and then the last side, which is longer. Therefore, this is also an isosceles triangle. If all sides are equal, then we would call that an equilateral triangle. Now let's try to find the angle measure depending on the triangle. So it's asking us for measure of angle C. Now since this is an isosceles triangle, these two angles would be equal. Now we know that the angles inside of a triangle had to be equal to 180. So if we subtract 78, we would see that we're left with 102 degrees. Now both of these are equal, which means that if we divide this by 2, we would have 2 equal angles of 51. So angle C would be 51, just like angle A would also be 51. We have a similar situation for number 5, where this is an equilateral triangle. Whenever we have an equilateral triangle, all these angles have to be exactly the same. So if we know that they're equal to 180, then dividing by 3 gives us an angle of 60 for each. So if we try to find one of the angles, 5n is equal to 60. So dividing both sides by 5, we would see that n is equal to 12.